So this video here is sort of a follow-on from the previous video. It's just about talking about, how you've set up your group, your community, and you're posting out there and you're adding value, but maybe even showing up live out there, just you're not getting those clicks. It's a bit quiet. There's a bit of that going on. It's a bit flat, basically. I want to tell you right now, though, it's probably not your offer. And it's probably not that your audience isn't interested. It's likely a design issue. It's not in the tech itself, but it's in the emotional experience that you're providing to those people out there, that you're putting out there to people. So today, I'm actually going to walk you through exactly what to look at first and how to design a space that people actually want to be part of. So we're constantly told to, show up, to add value and be relatable, right? But here's the thing. In a community space, value alone just doesn't cut it. And I've mentioned this a few times. You're not just broadcasting information, you're actually creating an experience for the people who are a part of your community. And people don't stay in communities because of the information that's necessarily just in there. They stay because they feel like they're seen, they stay because they feel safe, and they see that it's worth returning to. They like what's in there. And if you've only set up posts without thinking about how it feels to participate, you're pretty much asking people to engage without first giving them an invitation to understand what you're all about. Now, in this section, I really want to talk about why timing and emotional design is really important in this area. Most people expect community engagement straight away, especially when you start a membership or something like that, or, even a Facebook page or whatever it is. But when that doesn't happen, we tend to think something's wrong straight away and it just completely deflates, right? In fact, predictable interaction design, I'm always hopeless with saying that, increases return engagement. This basically means when members know when and how they're meant to be involved, when they're meant to contribute inside a membership. So if it does feel flat at the moment, it might not be a timing thing alone, right? It might actually be that the experience itself hasn't been shaped for those who are coming into your membership to really understand what's the rhythm of this community. So just remember, like I mentioned in my previous video, people might be lurking or they might be overwhelmed. So either way, you can fix that. So what are the fixes? Well, here's some 3 practical fixes to just spark that momentum into your community. So the first one you can think of is build community rhythms, as I just mentioned, not just content. Don't just throw things in your membership, right? Instead of constantly thinking, what should I post next? Think about what is the rhythm that you're going to set. So Mondays, it could be like, what are you working on at the moment? You'll be asking members this question. Thursdays, it might be another particular kind of question, like what thing are you proud of that you've done this week? And then every second week, you might actually be asking your members to, post their update, their progress and so forth. You might be you might actually be turning up live for a particular session of some sort. But when your members inside your membership or in your community start seeing a rhythm of this is when this is supposed to be expected and so forth, you will see engagement starting to build. And it's all based on patterns building trust, right? It just reduces that friction and people begin to expect, like I've mentioned, rhythm. And that expectation does make showing up easier for your members. Now, the second one is quite simple. It's just basically focusing on micro engagement, right? Not everyone's ready to write paragraphs of information or share massive stories or updates or anything like that. But most people would be happy to just click on a poll or react with an emoji of some sort. So, when you're asking questions of, how are you feeling today? Maybe put it in the context of share an emoji of how you're feeling today. It's those simple little, invitations that will get those bits of micro engagement and build momentum. So all of these little micro engagement invitations, in a sense, it just helps people cross that participation threshold, I guess you can call it. And once they do pass that, they're more likely just to keep returning. So the third one is literally making your members feel visible, right? Share their wins, mention their comments, even a quick message like one of our members shared something brilliant the other day, blah, 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 right? I wouldn't, push the pressure on by making sure that you're sharing screenshots or anything like that. But you are building that acknowledgement culture in a sense. It just builds that culture where we begin to notice each other. There's other people here. There's other things happening just outside the information we're absorbing in that particular membership. It's what people mostly crave. They want to hear what else is going on. So quick recap. If your group feels a little bit flat, it's not because people aren't interested at all. They've gotten involved somehow in the first place, right? And it's often because they're just unsure of what to expect, what you expect of them as well, more than anything, really. And you're not running a news feed. That's not what your membership should be. A membership is where you're getting members involved. You're creating a space, and spaces do take structure, trust, and a bit of warmth to really thrive. So before you overhaul everything, before you overthink everything with respect to your content and start chasing more people to join, just look at the design of your experience. What are the rituals that you are actually showcasing? Are there invitations to engage, the little micro invitations? Is it easy for someone new to know what to do inside your membership? So if you like this video, do hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell, and I'll see you in next week's video.